This is the start of visitor season at my rustic holiday park with no amenities.
I'm not really a holiday park, but I do have a bunch of jobs and projects to finish because I am expecting my first visitor this year. For the first time, I have a friend coming who isn't also family, and I need to get the house ready. The guest house is filled with wood and clothes, and I need to find new homes for all these things. So first I'm going to finish the wardrobe, which I've been working on for the living room.
I got these very cute forward-facing rails. I have 4, but it turns out I can only fit 2 of them. Let's just hope it's strong enough. So I bought these children's clothes hangers. And then at least I can individually slide these out without the clothes getting stuck on each other. Yeah. It's time to finish these cupboard doors, cut the fabrics, attach it, move on to the next project. Alright, 5 pieces of fabric cut.
After I cut the fabric to size, I changed my mind about my approach. This fabric will be attached to a framework that will sit within the wardrobe doors. I made one already and I'd simply stapled the fabric to the internal framework, but I'm concerned I might have issues with the fabric fraying, so I ordered some bias tape so I could achieve a slightly cleaner finish.
This would have been a great realization if I hadn't just cut these pieces to size. But I'm a little bit worried about the ends fraying. So instead of just wrapping this fabric around this thin frame, I got myself some bias tape to bind the edges and then wrap it around. So it should be a lot cleaner, less chance of the whole paneling coming apart at one point. I got this plain, inexpensive bias tape, so I'm going to use this. Of course, since I was buying from a fabric shop, I couldn't help but order a few fabrics just to add to my quite big stack of fabrics that I still need to turn into dresses and skirts and all sorts of things. But yeah, I got some camel coloured muslin. It's got a little green, I don't know how you pronounce this, gingham. And my favourite is this one. It was very much marketed as a baby fabric, but I want a dress with bees on it. So remember how I couldn't finish these fabric panels the first time because I ran out of staples and I needed to travel quite far to get the right staples for this stapler? Well, in between me picking up staples and finally being ready to put in these fabric panels, somehow my stapler seems to have gotten very bad at stapling. All the staples just stick out a couple of millimeters and it's driving me crazy. Doesn't matter how hard I press, so I need to hammer them in. But I can tell you that it's definitely going much easier with the edge binding.
The first door I made looked like this, so I definitely prefer it with the bias tape. It's still not the most professional finish, the staples are uneven and they can be seen on the inside of the wardrobe doors, but adding the tape is definitely worth the additional effort.
I put the first one together. I think it looks quite decent. See if it fits. Sweet! Right, one down, 5 to go. They're going to need a bit of adjustments, but I can start storing things in here now.
Now that I have more storage, let's go back to finishing all the little jobs before my friend arrives.
I'm going to deal with this wonky step first because it's starting to bother me.
I added 6 angle brackets to fix the middle step to the top one and the bottom one. Yeah! Yeah! That worked. That actually worked. That's much better. Happy steps. See, now I can tell my friend she can both sit on the step but also walk on it. That's pretty fancy. So now that I've done the steps, I'm going to do arguably the most important job here, which is clear the guest house of wood so it can actually be used. Okay, let's make a little house. I don't really know where to start. Let's just go one by one. The annoying thing is that I also have quite a few sheet materials and I don't really know what to do with them. I think I have to build another shed just for sheet materials. I have a whole collection of little sheds. They'll all be really cute. Luckily I did build a shed for the regular pieces of timber. Getting everything in and organizing it took some time and it filled up pretty quick. The sheets ended up going back inside the house. Like this. This is like the 3rd time I'm moving these sheets. The worst thing is that I got them for a project and then I ended up changing my design and I don't need them anymore. I need some, but not 4. I've got 4 of them. I also really don't want these to be here. I was sort of hoping that before people came to visit I would have part of my sofa in front of this unit done and we could actually use the space even though it's a bit messy, but that didn't happen and now I have this rubbish in here again. I managed to get rid of the wood and it took hours. Also my light in the back, the ceiling light, for some reason doesn't work and I have no idea why. Everything else works, everything else on the same group works. It's not like 3 light bulbs could have died. I don't even know how to check what could be wrong. So yeah, that's annoying. I definitely needed this wood storage to be this size. I still have more wood at the front of the house which I haven't put in yet. But this is what was in the guest house. I don't want to keep these boxes because it looks messy, but I have too much tiny scrap wood, so I need to find a solution for that. One thing done, but I have more to do. Okay, I did a really good clean of this room this morning, but even better, I fixed the light. Well, I didn't fix it, I was freaking out about it. Like, how can a light just stop working when everything else is fine? But yeah, this morning I figured out why. I was hitting the wrong light switch. I got some bedding. My friend's plane just landed and I'm still cutting the grass so we can actually get to the house. Oh my god, I'm sweating so much. There is sun and warmth today. I'm picking up my friend from the station and I'm hoping I'm going to be able to get her a bike. I'm really hoping I'm going to get there in one piece. Or two pieces, really. And I did, but this isn't where today's story ends. Before the rush to get the house ready, I took a trip that was potentially going to end up taking several days. I got up at 4 this morning and I'm going on one of my little trips again. I travelled to Gothenburg where I hope to pick up one of these. Yes, I went back to buy a bike. I took a long time to choose between these two, but after endless test rides I made a decision. I paid, left the bike in the workshop for some last tweaks and additions and arranged to pick it up the next day. I took a tram to the outskirts of the city where I walked into a forest and set up for the night. Okay, I actually did it. I got myself a bike. I went to Gothenburg. I went to the shop, I tried 3 bikes and I got a bike that I didn't even know existed. And it's really cute. The thing is, I'm in this country and it's so big. I really want to explore and I don't really have a good way to do it now, and hopefully with this bike I will. So now I have a bike and tomorrow I'm going to cycle home. And to celebrate that I bought a bike, I got myself some sushi. Let's pick up my bike. I'm on my bike. I'm headed out of Gothenburg. It was a journey, but this bike rides really well. That first afternoon I rode as far as I could. Gothenburg stretched out and turned to busy motorways, residential areas, and then long, quiet roads. I am truly exhausted. Okay, so I think I started cycling around 2:30. Tried to get out of Gothenburg, which was really difficult because there was so much construction work. I've just been cycling. The bike looks so cute in the forest. I cycled 50 kilometers. I'm exhausted. I'm so hungry. All I have is these bars. Tomorrow I think there's actually a supermarket quite nearby, so I found this forest and I am going to set up my tent and sleep in it. It's been raining. I've been cycling for an hour and a half now. I was going to stop off in this little town, but then I didn't. And I'm going a bit further to go into a place where I can get some food and a coffee. I am pretty exhausted and I'm hoping the rain is going to go away. This is the only food I have. But the bike is looking cute. It's raining so much. It's clearing up a little bit. I think I spent about, I don't know, 4 hours cycling in the rain. I waited so long in town for the rain to go. Had a coffee, some food. It just wouldn't let up. So it just got worse, to be honest. So I just figured that city was just going to have rain for the rest of the day. And the best thing to do was to keep on cycling towards hopefully a place that has less rain. And I think I found it. For now at least. It's a bit boring, but cycling down this road is going so fast. I can see blue. I found myself another spot in the woods. And I think it might be my last one. My face is doing that thing where it's very puffy because of dehydration. I'm just leaving my camping spot. I slept so long last night. I woke up and it was like 9:30. I cycled 120 kilometers yesterday. I just keep thinking about how happy I am that I chose this bike in the end. Breakfast. I should find a town with some food. I'm following some cycle routes that are definitely not the fastest, but then they allow me to explore Sweden. And I mean, that's why I got the bike. Not to go from A to B, I have other bikes for that, but to explore. And I get to see things like this. I do really need to figure out my cycling clothes though. I have such an odd outfit. I just wasn't sure if I was actually going to buy a bike, and yeah, I need to figure out a system. Guess what? I am home. My parents are cyclists. Back in the day, they used to do a lot of bicycle touring. They would cycle 200-300 kilometers a day. So, as an adult child, I rebelled. And instead of becoming a cyclist, I became a hiker. A thru hiker, specifically. But here I am. I've turned into my parents.